Hello everybody, Dan Grove here from Stop Drinking Limited. So what is the most dangerous type of alcohol? This question is asked by so many people. What is the good stuff and what is the bad stuff and what should I avoid? Now let me take you through the process of how to select the best and the worst alcohol. During my 15-year drinking career, I drank all types of alcohol, and during that time I managed to delude myself that I was part of this elite social club. I believed that I was clearly a cut above the alcoholic in the park who was chugging back beer. I was buying and drinking the stuff of kings. And it was an indication of my social standing and refined palate, and surely not evidence of a drug addiction. Whether your smokescreen is the same as mine or you've managed to create an entirely different one, it is all just bull and nothing more. The sooner we grow up and admit this, the better. It doesn't matter whether you drink cheap plonk or the expensive stuff. It is all the same thing. Alcohol kills just as many intelligent and wealthy people as it does poor and deprived people. It doesn't care how much you spend on the habit. The doctor won't cut you open one day and declare that you have the correct type of liver failure and thank goodness you drank the good expensive stuff and not that horrible cheap cider. Let me quote you what the World Health Organization says about the drug, our drug of choice, and then let me ask you if you at any point hear that they refer to the type or the quality of the alcohol being consumed. Worldwide, 3 million deaths every year result from harmful use of alcohol. This represents 3.5% of all deaths. The harmful use of alcohol is a causal factor in more than 200 diseases and injury conditions. Over 5.1% of the global burden of disease and injury is attributable to alcohol. Alcohol consumption causes death and disability relatively early in life. In the age group 20 to 39 years, approximately 13.5% of the total deaths are alcohol related. There's also a relationship between harmful use of alcohol and the range of mental and behavioral disorders, other non-contagious conditions, as well as injuries. The latest research on this topic shows a relationship between harmful drinking and the incidence of infectious disease, such as tuberculosis and HIV/AIDS. Beyond health consequences, the harmful use of alcohol brings significant social and economic losses to the individual and the society at large. Alcohol is the world's second largest risk factor for early death, disability and loss of health. It is the leading risk factor in the Western Pacific and the Americas and the second largest in Europe. Alcohol is associated with many serious social and development issues including violence, child neglect and abuse. It also causes harm far beyond the physical and psychological health of the drinker. It harms the well-being and health of the people around the drinker as well. The drunk person can harm others or put them in risk of traffic accidents or violent behavior, or negatively affect their co-workers or relatives, friends and strangers. Thus, the impact of harmful use of alcohol reaches deep into society. Stop deluding yourself that you are part of some great membership of a social elite club. That expensive bottle of wine a night makes you no better than the homeless person swigging supermarket own label whiskey in the park. Sure, your bottle is more expensive and has a prettier label, but inside, the poison is the same. Alcohol is known as the silent killer because so many assume that they'll be able to recognize the signs of a problem early enough to simply stop drinking. The fact that they even consider this as logical is just nonsense and is self-proving evidence that the mousetrap has already been primed. It's exactly the same as the mouse assuming that he have enough time to avoid the steel bar and its deadly spike before it can hit him. For the problem drinker, this one assumption is the mother of all mistakes, because the organ at most risk of fatal damage from alcohol is the liver. This unique part of the body is a piece of natural engineering that way surpasses the label of genius. This one organ is responsible for hundreds of vital functions in the healthy human body. So important that it is even has the ability to repair itself, and it can even continue to function with up to 70% of its surface area damaged. Now you might think, why would anyone continue drinking if they already done so much damage to their liver? The problem here is that the liver has very few nerve endings, so you're simply unaware of the damage being caused by the alcohol. The problem drinker only realizes when that they have a problem when the liver becomes so swollen that it starts pushing against the other organs in the body. And I'm sure you can appreciate when a human organ is so badly swollen that it presses on other parts of the body and causes pain. That is a pretty shocking state of an organ. Sadly, it is often only at that point that people think about going to the doctor. But often they still put it off for long periods of time. God forbid the doctor may insist that I stop drinking. Often by the time they reach that point where they can't sleep of the pain, and then they do go to the doctor. And when they get the test results, many at that point find that the damage is irreversible. And the only option is a liver transplant. So I hear you say, well, then we get a liver transplant and everything will be fine again, right? Wrong. There are currently around about 18,000 people just in the United States awaiting liver transplant. So let me ask you, where you think you will rank on the waiting list next to the child who was perhaps born with a defective liver, or the woman seriously injured in a car accident? Health services around the world don't look too kindly on people like you and me, who had a perfectly good liver and chose to destroy it with alcohol. Plus, they will also assume, rightly or wrongly, that we will just go on to abuse the donor organ as well. So you may never see the top of that waiting list. So to answer your question, what is the best type of alcohol? There is no good or bad alcohol. Alcohol is alcohol, and alcohol has always been the same thing. The only way to use alcohol in a good way is when it is used as a disinfectant, germicide, or fuel. To consume alcohol is to take a drug, or more correctly, drink poison every time you take a sip. The only reason we think there's a difference between good and bad alcohol is because of the marketing and price tag that manufacturers put on the product. You know, I really hope this video helped you, and I publish 2 videos every week. So if you do want to subscribe to my channel, please feel free, bop the button at the bottom there, and then the little bell just to be notified when the next video in the series are coming out. And then also, if you are interested in learning more about how to stop drinking and stay stopped, I've left a few links in the comment section below where you can join our daily online stop drinking sessions for free, where I will also give you my book for free when you attend. And or you can book a call to speak to me and we can talk about how we can help you. And alternatively, there's a third link there that you can go onto the website. There's all the information there. We hold these daily online sessions a few times a day, so please pick a time that suits you. Right, thank you very much for watching, and I hope to speak to you soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.